Taylor. More than just a movie star, she was a global icon, a force of nature, known for her breathtaking beauty, her incredible talent, and a life lived large. But beyond the Oscars, the diamonds, and the famous romances, she was a mother to 4 children. What was it like growing up as the son or daughter of Elizabeth Taylor? Let's find out what happened to Elizabeth Taylor's kids. 4. Michael Wilding Jr. Born on January 6, 1953 in Santa Monica, California, his mom was the legendary Elizabeth Taylor, and his dad was British actor Michael Wilding Sr., 20 years her senior. For Elizabeth, her marriage to Michael Sr., 1952 to 1957, was a time of sought-after calm. It seemed natural for Michael Jr. to try acting. In the 1980s, he had roles on TV shows like Dallas, as Alex Barton, and Guiding Light, as Jackson Fremont, and in the film Deadly Illusion. People often noted his mother's famous violet eyes in him. But this acting chapter was relatively short. Michael Wilding Jr.'s true calling was different. He eventually left the entertainment industry to pursue a different passion, sculpting. In 1991, he moved to Santa Fe, New Mexico, a renowned arts hub, and began his career as a stone sculptor, focusing on abstract forms. He found inspiration in the New Mexico desert, describing sculpting as a conversation with stone, aiming to find form by removing what might be extraneous. He works with materials like civic marble, bronze, and limestone. His dedication has earned him respect in the art world. He's represented by galleries and significantly by the Wilding Cran Gallery in Los Angeles, co-founded by his daughter, Naomi Wilding, marking a new generation's engagement with the arts. This transition to sculpting allowed him to cultivate an artistic voice entirely his own. Michael Wilding Jr. married Beth Clutter in 1970, later divorced, and then Brooke Palance in 1982, an enduring union. He also had a daughter with Johanna Leish Dawn. Michael Jr. has 3 children, Layla Wilding, mother Beth Clutter, Naomi Wilding, mother Johanna Leish Dawn, and Tarquin Wilding, mother Brooke Palance. His children reportedly had a close relationship with their grandmother, Elizabeth Taylor. The deep bond between Michael Jr. and his mother was evident when he gave her away at her 1991 wedding to Larry Fertensky. When Elizabeth Taylor died in 2011, Michael Jr. released a moving statement. "My mother was an extraordinary woman who lived life to the fullest. We will always be inspired by her enduring contribution to our world." He praised her film work, business success, and her brave and relentless advocacy in the fight against HIV/AIDS. This commitment to Elizabeth Taylor's activism, especially the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation, ETF, has been passionately embraced by Michael Jr.'s children. All 3, Layla, Naomi, and Tarquin, continue her work with ETF. Naomi Wilding is an ETF ambassador. Tarquin Wilding spoke of the grandchildren's collective dedication to honoring Liz's generosity. Michael Jr.'s own preference for privacy might mean he supports this work in less public ways, while his children carry the torch visibly. Number 3. Christopher Wilding. Born on February 27, 1955 in Los Angeles, Christopher's parents divorced when he was just 2. Like his brother, much of his youth was spent in Europe, as Elizabeth Taylor tried to shield her children from what Christopher called the circus of her fame. He recalled paparazzi often outside their home. Despite her efforts, the circus was hard to escape. Christopher remembered being at boarding school and reading magazines to keep up with his mother's life, like any fan, and enduring unpleasant taunts from classmates about his mother's public relationships. While born to 2 famous actors, Christopher carved his niche primarily behind the scenes. He worked extensively as a sound editor and assistant director. His credits include assistant sound editor on films like Tombstone, 1993, and Overboard, 1987. He's also credited on The Shadow, 1994, where he also had an acting role, Judgment Night, 1993, and Loverboy, 1889. This focus suggests a choice to engage with film on his own terms, driven by craft rather than celebrity. Christopher has also been identified as a photographer, though specifics are less public. He is now reported to be retired. Christopher Wilding has mostly kept his personal life private. His first marriage was to Eileen Getty of the Getty oil family on August 26, 1981. They had 2 sons, Caleb Wilding, born 1983 adopted, and Andrew Wilding, born 1984. They divorced in the late 1980s. He later married Margaret Margie Carlton, also respected in the film industry for her sound work. They have a son, Lowell Wilding, born 1992. As of 2016, Christopher was reportedly living with Margaret in Calabasas, California. For many years, Christopher remained private about his mother. More recently, he has offered poignant insights. He told The Hollywood Reporter, "She was so beautiful. Some people tended to overlook her great acting chops and believed if she were around today, she'd be most pleased with her philanthropic work." He's also been candid about fame's challenges. In the BBC docuseries Elizabeth Taylor, Rebel Superstar, he recalled media frenzy around Taylor's romance with Richard Burton as a drag and spoke of unpleasant taunts at boarding school. He revealed his mother later expressed regret about not being a great mom, to which Christopher empathically responded, "But I felt like she was a good mother. It wasn't easy to do." His participation in this docuseries, reportedly his first TV interview about his mother after decades, is significant. His stark assessment of fame, that's a deal with the devil that's really not worth it, comes from a lifetime of experience. Christopher Wilding plays a formal role in safeguarding his mother's legacy as a trustee for Elizabeth Taylor's Southern Trust. This involves managing her considerable estate. He and fellow trustees even took legal action against Christie's auction house regarding Taylor's renowned collection. Proceeds from exhibition sales for that auction were earmarked for the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation, ETAF, linking Christopher's trustee role to continuing his mother's vital philanthropic work. Number 2. Liza Todd, born on August 6, 1957, in New York City. Her birth was a celebrated event, even her modest birth weight making headlines. Life magazine featured baby Liza with her iconic mother on its cover. She was the only child of Liz Taylor and Mike Todd. Tragically, when Liza was just 7 months old, Mike Todd died in a plane crash on March 22, 1958. This horrible loss, from which Liz reportedly never recovered, profoundly shaped Liza's childhood. After Mike Todd's death, Eddie Fisher became Liza's first stepfather. Then came Richard Burton, who not only married Liz, but also legally adopted Liza. Their bond was reportedly deep. Liza called Burton Dad, reserving father for Mike Todd. Liz often said Burton was the best stepfather ever. Liza pursued a rigorous art education, attending a boarding school in Switzerland, then the Hornsey College of Art in London, and later the Otis Art Institute in Los Angeles. Known professionally as Liza Todd TV, she became a respected sculptor, celebrated for her equine and animal pieces, lauded for their anatomical accuracy and empathy. She found her voice in bronze, creating sculptures that capture the true nature of her subjects. Her notable commissions include bronzes of legendary racehorses like Secretariat, a memorial for Nashua, and a life-size calf for Gstaad, Switzerland, a cherished family spot. Her work is internationally acclaimed, appearing in galleries and auctions, with realized prices ranging from $300 to $22,500. Liza Todd has steadfastly prioritized privacy. In 1984, she married Hap Tivey. They had 2 sons, Quinn Tivey and Reese Tivey, before divorcing in 2003. Liza resides in upstate New York, living a quiet life surrounded by animals. She reportedly, rarely if ever, mentions her famous lineage and made a decision early on never to be part of her mother's world. Despite her private life, Liza spent time on her mother's film sets as a child. Elizabeth Taylor noted Liza inherited many of Mike Todd's gestures and vitality. While Liza's direct public involvement with the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation, or the House of Taylor managing her mother's estate, isn't prominent, her branch of the family is deeply engaged through her son, Quinn Tivey. Quinn is a trustee of the House of Taylor and a vital force in ITAF, committed to furthering his grandmother's activism. He speaks eloquently about her impact, emphasizing that to him, she was simply Grandma. Liza's other son, Reese Tivey, a musician, has also been recognized by ITAF. Liza's approach seems to be one of private stewardship, empowering the next generation to carry the public philanthropic torch. Number 1. Maria Burton Carson, born in Munich, Germany, around August 1, 1961. The identities of her biological parents remain unknown. Elizabeth Taylor initiated Maria's adoption, reportedly when Maria was 3, possibly while still married to Eddie Fisher. After Taylor married Richard Burton, he also legally adopted Maria. Maria's early childhood was marked by significant health challenges, a congenital hip condition requiring nearly 24 surgeries. Taylor famously said, "I want her all the more because she's ill. Maybe I can do something to help," showing her deep compassion. Both Taylor and Burton were devoted to Maria's medical care. Being raised by them meant a whirlwind life of global travel and constant media attention. Maria embraced her creative side through fashion design. Perhaps more significantly, she and her first husband, Steve Carson, co-owned the Carson Organization Leaded, a boutique talent agency. This venture showed a nuanced engagement with the entertainment industry behind the scenes in a position of agency. Reports also describe Maria as a philanthropist, a spirit reminiscent of her mother's well-documented advocacy. While specific details of her own high-profile involvement are less publicized, her daughter, Liza Carson, is an ambassador for the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation, ETAF, carrying her grandmother's legacy forward. Maria has been married twice. Her first husband was Daniel Steve Carson, whom she married in 1981. They divorced in 2000 after 19 years and had a daughter, Elizabeth Eliza Carson, born 1982. In 2002, Maria married Tom McKeown. They had a son, Richard McKeown, reportedly born 2001, and also later divorced. A defining feature of Maria's motherhood has been her determined effort to raise her children away from the prying eyes of the media, a direct response to her own upbringing. While largely private, Maria has made occasional public appearances for family legacy events, such as Taylor's 75th birthday and accepting Richard Burton's posthumous star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Maria Burton Carson's life is a testament to forging an independent identity while connected to an almost overwhelmingly famous lineage. Each navigated the immense weight and privilege of their heritage in their own way, some more publicly, some with fiercely guarded privacy.